Hey folks, how you doing this evening? Smiling Stu coming at you for fabulous Friday. You ready for the weekend? All right. Hey, let's do our quick housekeeping before we get going. Of course, coming to you with StreamYard. If you haven't given StreamYard permission yet, make sure you do that so we can see your comments. We would love to see it. Also, if you're coming to us, seeing it live, please drop a one in the comments for me so we know that. And if you're seeing it on replay, drop a two in there. And I would love it if you would let me know where you're coming from. I always like to know where folks are seeing this. And any questions, of course, drop questions in the chat. I get them all, and I will respond and let you know whatever we answer whatever questions you got, I guess. Anyway, also, if you're seeing us anywhere besides the group, go to the Facebook, Get Started Home Business. Join us in the group. We discuss how to get home businesses going and that sort of thing. And of course, if you're seeing us on YouTube, um, you know, like, subscribe, all that stuff. You can get notified when we're going live so you know and you can catch them all. Anyway, we'd love to have you. And so, well, what have I got for you tonight? Well, a couple of things. Nothing too exciting. I just realized I never pulled my mic up there, so you might not be hearing me as well as you can. So, anyway, couple of things I have for you. One little tidbit comes from the mastermind I go to in the morning, the Grow Rich Mastermind. And then another one from Dr. Phil, of all places. Give you a little quick tidbit from Dr. Phil. So, first of all, of course, mastermind I go to. Of course, a mastermind's defined as any time two or more people come together with a like purpose to put their minds together, and the assumption being that more minds are better than the just one. Little tidbit that came out of that today, something that was just kind of pointed out to us that we don't always think about, but our country was born out of a mastermind of 59 people. So just a little food for thought for you. Born out of a mastermind of 59 people, and now we have the country that we live in with all the freedom that goes with it. So just a little tidbit to think about tonight. Now, of course, the other item I had for you this evening, everybody's got kids home for the summer right now. And what do you do with all the kids? Well, a little discussion was going on in the mastermind this morning about what do you do with the kids? And, they get into a day and basically just end up wasting a whole day without anything really being accomplished. And, I can tell you from my own experience, you can end up without a goal in the day and just end up with a pretty wasted day very quickly. When I left my last position and ended up, I wanted to take a little time off and just relax, let the body kind of heal up a little bit. And I found after the first 2 or 3 days that I had some pretty wasted days because I got up with nothing in mind, and my body needed some rehab or recovery. So, it was important that I have a few days like that. But it didn't take more than a couple days before I found that I was just really wasting my day completely. So, got to have some kind of goals. And the point that was made is if you don't set goals for yourself, somebody else is going to set them for you. And when you think about it, that's true because, if you go to your job, they're going to set your goals for the day. May not be a goal that you really want. Your spouse will certainly set some goals for you. She set some for me. So either you set your own goals or somebody else is going to set them for you. Life will set them for you. So take a few minutes, set some goals, and work towards them. It's very important that you do that. Simple way to get started is just a to-do list. Just keep a running to-do list. If you don't get it done today, move it to tomorrow. And I recommend that you prioritize it. Most important things on top, or you can just put like a 1, 2, or like an A, B, or a C. A being the most important thing, B being the something you'd like to get accomplished or really needs to get accomplished today. But if it went to tomorrow, so be it. And C might be the things that, are just kind of fun things that you'd like to get to today if you can. So try doing that for starters. And even you can then take it to another step and take your A's and number them 1, 2, 3, 4, and do them in the order of priority. And also size them up with the times in your day. Obviously, if priority one can't be done till 2 in the afternoon, even though it's your biggest priority, it's a 2 o'clock priority. What can you accomplish between there and two? So, the main thing I'm getting to there is it's very important to set your own goals and to spend time, a little bit of time thinking about that. I once heard that 5 minutes spent preparing can save you 15 minutes in terms of your overall day. So just by thinking ahead of something and preparing for it can save you 15 to 30 minutes just by being prepared. Okay, and the other little thing I was going to talk to you about today is Dr. Phil. Now, again, Dr. Phil, not normally a place where I gain inspiration, but I happened to be strolling by and I got sucked down a quick rabbit hole today. The topic today was on the difference between Gen Z and the baby boomers. Well, I'm a boomer, so that hit home with me, and it's kind of interesting. And I tell you, having been in the restaurant business, I've fallen into the trap of thinking, oh, the new generation doesn't have any work ethic and things like that, which really couldn't be further from the truth. It depends on the individual. I mean, I've seen a lot of really flaky individuals in my age bracket, and I've seen a lot of flaky individuals in the younger age bracket, but I've also seen some younger people who are really getting it done. So then it kind of comes down to technology. So the thing that sucked me down at first was Phil had a Gen Zer up and was showing this Gen Zer all kinds of technology from my era, things like a rotary telephone. Well, this person actually did know that it was called a rotary phone, but they didn't know how to dial it. And they were fumbling with their fingers trying to figure out how to dial this phone and everything. And anyway, in the course, there was 8-track tapes, didn't know what those were. Typewriter, she knew what a typewriter was. Anyway, just some general things that they've never used that were gone 20 years ago and to us are just normal. And so the conversation goes on about how, you know, older people have trouble with technology and so forth. And when I look at that, I say, well, younger people have trouble being able to work older technology. So it really comes down to where you are and what your surroundings are. So I'm perfectly certain that these folks, if they were living back in the days of rotary telephones, would be able to make a phone call. Um, you know, that's just pretty simple. So let's take the older folks like us. We have the ability to learn this. And I mean, working on the internet and so forth, yeah, there's a little bit of tech. But from my point of view, I've been able to handle it pretty easily just by watching the instructions and doing it. And every now and then when I've hit a snag, I've got a mastermind group I can go to and ask some questions. But really, it's not that difficult. And I have to assume that a younger person today who understands all these things would certainly be able to adapt to things there. So there's a little learning curve either way. But the point being, younger folks could adapt to that, I'm certain. And I'm certain that older folks, while it takes a little bit of a learning curve and takes a few minutes to learn, can adapt to doing things on the internet. So that's kind of my piece for today. I hope you're all excited about having a nice weekend. I look forward to seeing you all on Monday. Smile and Stew out. Have a great weekend, folks.